All right, welcome to the first episode of the Church Files, where I'm going to be sharing some of the craziest, funniest stories that I've experienced over 20 years of ministry. Today, I want to talk about the time we had to call the police to the church because a woman was beating her husband during the service. So it was a good Sunday, an exciting Sunday. We had missionaries coming, and they were sharing the gospel about all the stuff they've done all over the world, and it was beautiful, and people are crying. Then all of a sudden we start hearing some kind of grunting, and we hear somebody just, ouch, and we look over and there's a lady in the church. We'll call her Betty Jean. That wasn't her name. And she's dead now. God rest her soul. But there's a lady in the church that was known to be a little out there. So we look over and she's choking her husband with his tie, just pulling it forward, and as he'd jerk his head and scream. And then that we kind of ignored it, whether that was right or wrong. Then she just kept getting louder, going, "Shut up, shut up." So it got crazier and crazier until it ended up someone had to escort them out of the sanctuary. This huge fight ensued. She's hitting him, she's punching him, she's screaming. Meanwhile, these missionaries are in there sharing all these transformational stories, but you hear in the back hall all this racket. Well, so when they take her, and we finally call the police, they pick her up, take her away. They didn't handcuff her or anything like that. So that kind of ended that. Then the next day, which was a Monday, we were in the church offices, and we just hear somebody come into our office doors and start yelling. And sorry, it's funny to remember. "Hello, hello." We go out, and there's Betty Jean in a nightgown, with no undergarments on whatsoever. And she sits down, and all the other pastors, for whatever reason at that particular church, ignored her because she was frightening. So I sit down with her because I'm crazy, and I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Chip, they put me in shackles and marched me in front of the church yesterday. And she said, if I wanted to kill him, I would. I've got a gun right here in my purse." So that was a little frightening, and she proceeds to pull the gun out and show it to me, a revolver. And I was like, "Oh, okay, we should probably put that back in your purse, for this conversation's purposes." And so we talked to her about that, and she left. A couple weeks later, we go to her house to check on her husband because he called us, and we walk in and it's trashed. No one answered the door, but it was just trashed. So we're calling for her in the house, and all of a sudden we hear, and we look over, and on top of a bed that was in the dining room for some reason was just years worth of newspapers that are covering this man up. And we just see a limb pop out. So we, of course, called protective services for adults and all of that. That part's not that funny. But later on, after he's kind of moved out and he finally did pass away, she shows back up to the church in a truck in the same nightgown with a shotgun and a refrigerator. And I'm thinking, this is a little nuts. So yeah, that's just one of the fun stories.